Hello, hello. If you would like to join me for an unboxing of a very first fountain pen for me, stay tuned. So I am excited to be able to show you this pen and unbox it with me today. I always want to make sure that I warn everybody, my unboxings are raw. So what does that mean? It means you get my real deal first impression experience. I say it like it is, and sometimes I like things and sometimes I don't. I never candy coat it, and I'm not just gonna be like, oh, it's perfect, and that's just not me. So my unboxings are always totally different than a lot of the people's that I see. I really have no clue whether or not what I'm unboxing is something I'm going to like or not going to like. Take it for what it is, but I guess it just makes my unboxings a little bit unique. So there has been a pen, a fountain pen, that has been on my list for quite some time. And there was a couple different ones that I saw that I liked, that I almost purchased, but the price was just a bit out of my range. So this one came up and I got kind of excited because I thought the shape was unique and I was just kind of intrigued by it. So I figured I would just go ahead and do an unboxing with you guys and you can see my first real-time impressions when I open it up. So let's get to it. So this actually came from, as you can see, Endless Pens in Tampa, Florida, and came just before the storm is about to hit down there. I was kind of curious whether or not it would come or be stuck in Florida for a while. So there's all these little fuzzies. So let's get past that. And you can kind of see a little sneak peek there. Da, 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 da. Okay, so this is my very first Leonardo, and I'm kind of excited because I really have been just, I don't know, stalking, maybe that's the right word. I've been looking at a lot of videos where people have Leonardos of different, they make a number of different kinds. This one is, I'm not sure if I'm going to say this right. I always botch the names. Is it Fiore? I'm not sure. But, so, and this is the Love Potion one, and it was a collab with Mica Fines and with Tailored Pen Company. They actually, I believe, made the blank, and then I believe Mica Fines kind of came up with the concept. I think this is how it works. And then Leonardo actually made the pens. So, so it has the sleeve that I just pulled off, as you can see. And it just has the imagery, and then what is this? I don't know. Like I said, my very, very first Leonardo. Oh, okay. So it's kind of a cute little leather singular pen case. So that's cute. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to open it. It's just this end opens. Okay, and then it has a nice big sturdy box. So now let's open that. And la! This is the pen. Take it out. The shape is so cool, you guys. So here it is, And I want to say that I got the rose gold trim. I guess it's kind of, sorry, out of frame there, kind of rose goldy. It looks a little more gold to me than rose gold, but I can see, if I can actually keep it in frame, I can see some hints of pink there. Right off the bat, let me take this off. Right off the bat, and I'm thinking, hopefully, I'm not sure what is in here jiggling around. Oh. The converter is, if you can hear that, definitely a bit jiggly. I don't know if I like that. Because, can you hear it? That's a bit weird. I like the size for my hand, for sure. Let's move the boxes and such out of the way. So, I definitely like the grip section has like just a tiny bit of a step. I don't really sure if I would even cut more, just like a transition from the bottom coming up. If you can kind of see that there. And so that actually is pretty comfortable. And unposted, I don't know if it posts. Let's see. It does. It's a bit heavy for me posted. I don't generally like my pens posted, and it does generally scratch the surface of the pen body, so I don't usually post mine because of that. So for me, with fairly average women's size hands, it is nice in my hands, and it's weighted decently. It doesn't feel too heavy one way or the other. I just not thrilled with that shaking, jingling sound. Let me see if maybe it's just not seated well. Possible. Let's see if it still does it. No. Still jiggles. So that's a bit odd to me. I'm not gonna lie, because again, this is a raw first time review, first impressions. Like, I legit go through it, kind of pick it apart. If there's absolutely nothing to pick apart, then I don't. But that is just a wee bit annoying to me, that the converter kind of jiggles inside there. And I don't know if it's because it's so heavy, because the mechanism here is kind of their like rose gold, and then it's metal here. So it does seem to be a slightly heavier. Oh, and it twists out. That's different. I actually kind of like that. I won't lie. So you can see here. And for those of you that have Leonardo's, like this, none of this is new to you. This is just new for me because this is my first one. But you can see that on the converter, there are little, what do you call them? Spots for turning. My brain's not working this afternoon. Y'all, I have COVID brain, so I still am just not 100% recovered, and yeah, my bad. Yeah, I think it's just because this rose gold piece is kind of heavy, and it kind of jiggles a little bit. Threads, that's the word I was looking for. There's threads there, and I like that because then you know, like if you thread it all the way in, you know that your converter is seated where it needs to be in the nib unit. So I do like that for sure. And as you kind of saw, they have the Leonardo branding on the actual converter itself. I mean, the converter is really pretty. Hands down, you know, it has the rose gold finish, and the lighting is hitting it differently now, and I really can see the rose gold a lot better than I could before. So so it is definitely rose gold trimming and such. So I like the feel of it. I love the shape. It's kind of, I don't know. It's just so different from anything that I have. I like the sharpness of the tip on the cap and on the end here, and that there's, you know, the little gold rings in the middle. So I love the attention to detail that Leonardo has in their pens, and these kind of like classic clips where it's, you know, I'm not really sure what the name of those are, but I see similar ones on a lot of pens, and I just think they're really neat. So yeah, it's a very pretty pen. The coloring is pretty cool. I was kind of hoping to get one that might have a little bit more purple in it, because I saw quite a few that had quite a bit of purple. Mine has probably more orange, just kind of spinning it around. Mine has more orange in it than anything. And when I say purple, I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be purple or if it's just a pink. But I had seen a couple pictures of ones that had a little bit more in them than this one. This one definitely has more orange in it, which is totally fine. You know me, I'm like a purple freak, and anything that's similar to purple I just really like. Like the piece here for the nib unit has more of the coloring that I like, you know, like just the hints of orange in the dark, and then mostly the pink, so, and purpley kind of color. So yeah, that is definitely what I was looking for, but I didn't get that, and that's normal. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You just don't know, you know, when you're getting a pen, which iteration from which, you know, blank that you're getting. So like some PMs, I like PM1s are better than others. So yeah, but it still is a very pretty pen. The only thing I can super pick apart about it is that. That might bug me a little bit. Maybe not. I'm just kind of pretending I'm writing here. Will it click when I do that? No, I don't think it will. So it may be fine. It's just weird, like when you hold it in certain ways, you can hear it kind of clicking back and forth. Okay, I've yacked too much. Let's go ahead, and I am going to pick a color, ink this bad boy up, and we are going to write with it. Be right back. Okay, so I inked this bad boy up with this Pilot. Let's see if I can. Iroshizuku Yuyaki. I don't know. That's what it is right there. You can see it yourself because I always botch the names. So it is sort of like a orangey, pinky, red kind of color. This is what my swatch was. A lot of my swatches do tend to fade over time, so we will check it out. But so I ink my pens a lot differently than a lot of other people do. I just kind of feel like you gotta do what works for you. I don't really know how else to say it. So here's the thing for me. I don't really purchase a lot of bottles of ink. Actually, I have very few because generally if I find one that I really love, I'll go back and buy a bottle, usually, especially if it's like a pilot or something like that, by the time I realize I really like it, I go back and you can't get the bottles anymore. So that happens too, but it is what it is. So I usually just have samples for inks, and because I just have samples, I don't find that these little vials of ink samples are very conducive for me to dip my pen in to draw it up, which is really the most ideal, because if I can submerge my nib and twist the converter to draw it up, I'm drawing the ink through the actual nib housing here, and the ink's going through that whole thing, okay? So if I don't do that, then priming it is a bit of a pain in the butt. And it is what it is. I mean, because I'm not using a bottle, it's not as easy to do. I find the samples, I just take a syringe and I fill the converter, and then I try to just dip the nib into the ink to try and get some of the ink drawn up. I know that that's not the way to do it, so don't yell at me and be like, you're doing it wrong, you noob. I'm like, I know, okay? For me, I just do that because either I end up making this colossal mess, and then I just get ink everywhere. It's just not, it doesn't work for me. So I'm not sure if this is going, oh, it did right. Cool beans. Okay, so this is a broad, and this is a gold nib. So I expect this to be like super buttery, not super scratchy. It has the teensiest bit of feedback I can feel. But it's really not that bad. It's something that I think I could easily just tune myself. And I shouldn't have an issue at all. So that's good. I was nervous because, so they have the stainless steel nib units on this pen, which were half the price of the pen with the gold nibs. I went with the gold nib because I was like, this is my first Leonardo. I don't have any others. I really would prefer to just have a gold nibbed Leonardo as my very first Leonardo. And I will say, first impressions with writing, I'm definitely impressed. Yes, I am definitely impressed. It writes really smooth, and it has a good amount of ink flow. So definitely am happy about that. Yeah, yay! And the ink color is not so terrible either. I really have been super enjoying this Pilot Irishizuku line. It is super juicy and wet, and so it always just seems to write really smooth when I ink pens up with it. So if I'm gonna buy some bottles of ink, it's probably gonna be in this line. Maybe not orange because my daughter would kill me, but this is pretty like when it's mixed and stuff, but orange by itself, I'm not like a huge fan, but I'm okay with this. I wanted to put orange in it just because the pen has mostly orange, and yeah, I thought that would be cool. And I've already like dragged my hand through it and have ink on me. Lovely. So I don't know where I did it because I don't see that I smeared it anywhere, but odd. So yeah, this one definitely writes really nice. Oh, I'm so happy. I was nervous, y'all. This pen was, this is now officially my most expensive pen. I'm not going to tell you how much it is. If you want one, go look yourself. But you can get the stainless steel nib. I am told that they do use the Jowo in their nibs, for their nibs. Like, and then they, you know, label it, brand it, I should say, for their own company. And you can see, so they have like their little wings there. If you can never see nibs on my camera because my camera is just like, nope, we are not zooming. And it's so shiny. There we go. So you can see that. You can see the Leonardo and Italy, and then their number, and then B for broad. And there is the nib itself. So it's nice. I'm not complaining at all. It is nice. So I know the beginning of the video you'd be like, oh, you're just never happy. You just sound so melancholy. I do kind of right now because I'm just getting over being really sick. But I'm definitely better. I just have that like 3-week lingering cough. So I'm certainly no longer infectious, but I just can't seem to shake this cough. So yeah, I probably sound kind of melancholy, but like it so far. Just really, it flows so nicely, you guys. Oh, I'm so happy. I've seen so many mixed reviews, and maybe not necessarily for Leonardo, but I just, how about writing backwards? Well, meh, a little bit of reversage there. If I do it right. I'm just trying to see like how much line variation I can get on the nib, but pretty much it's just like your standard. Hello. So yeah, I like it. My first impression is out of 10 stars. Is it still shaking? It's not. Since I inked it, y'all. That's just it hitting my rings. It's not shaking anymore. So now that I've inked it, it's weighted enough that it doesn't dingle dangle around. I didn't even notice till literally just now. So I like it. Okay, well that makes a difference. So out of 10, I would give this one, and I need to be honest, I'd give it a solid 8. A solid 8. So it's very pretty. It has a unique shape. It fits well in my hand and it's weighted well. The coloration on the nibs and the gold unit and all the things. I mean, even like I said, the converter is actually really pretty. And now that I've inked it, it doesn't seem to shake quite as much. So that's good. And you can't really hear it. Oh, now you can. I screwed it up. What did I do? I don't know. But now it's jingling again. I don't like that. I don't like that jingle. So, okay. I thought that once I put the ink in there, it was fine, but I was wrong because it's jingling again. So I don't like that. So yeah, maybe a 7 because of the jingle. I'll probably have to give it a 7. And I'm being pretty critical here. So nothing ever gets a 10. So just kind of putting that out there. Like you would have to be impeccably perfect for me to give you a 10. So yeah, definitely a solid 7. It's super pretty. Tailored Pen Company did a wonderful job making this blank. It's just, there is some like shimmer in it now that I'm like really looking at it. There's no way you're gonna see that on camera, but it's there. I can see it and it's really pretty. So yeah, so my first impression is I like it. I know I said a lot of things and blabbed a lot, sorry. It's just where I'm at right now. And but it is a very pretty pen, and I do believe that possibly they might still have some of these left at Endless Pens. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they do. So if you are looking to get yourself one, then you better jump on it, because it is definitely limited to a certain number of pieces, and yeah, you might not be able to get one if you don't hurry. But anywho, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.